Yo, what is going on, guys? It's been quite a while since I've said this, but welcome back to another Elder Scrolls Online video. As I'm sure many of you are aware, I have been taking a little break, but we are at the first major performance update that they've detailed in the roadmap, and while it's not perfect, which I'll get into in a little bit, this is definitely the best that performance has felt in PvP since, I don't know, veteran ranks. It's been a very, very long time since the game has felt this good. And like I said, I will get into it in a little bit. The game feels 100 times more smoother to play. With them having us reinstall the game and removing a lot of that extra clutter, it's increased the overall frames. And for any game, increasing your FPS is going to be generally a good thing in the long run. With combat, it's weird. It feels very very smooth, but you almost have to play it yourself to kind of know what I'm talking about because you kind of have to explain. But combat feels better, but some things feel a little bit weird. I'm not sure if it's the new block that has kind of messed with animation canceling, or if it's some of the abilities that just feel wonky with the new functionality. But there is definitely something that is a little bit off with combat. But with that being said, it definitely hasn't felt this good in a very long time. Now, the game is still a little bit laggy during prime time, and as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, there is a lot of crashing right now. Um, but the reason why I'm so optimistic about this is because prior to this, it was a double whammy. We had both the bad performance with the lag, so it made the game literally unplayable. Um, but yeah, I honestly don't think I ever thought that the game would get better, and it's very very refreshing to see that they're actually taking steps in the right direction. Um, I'm sure that they've kind of been getting a lot of grief from PvP players, including myself, for quite a while. Um, but I hope that they know that at least I'm very appreciative of them. Finally putting the work in for what we've all been asking for this game. Balance and all that stuff can come later, but I feel like the main issue at hand that needed to be tackled was performance. Now, I briefly mentioned balance, and while I know it's going to be a little bit hard for them to manage that with fixing their performance and managing the lag, the reason why I bring that up again is because I feel like with the last couple of patches, the stat values on some of the new sets that they've been adding into the game have been so crazy to the point where it almost makes it so there's no reason to run some of the old sets that were in the game. And as a result of that, I feel like there's probably going to end up being a couple of big balance changes again. But if we're at least starting from a place where the game is playable performance wise, it should, end up working out a lot better in the long run because I feel like up until this point, they've been balancing abilities around lag because they literally just didn't know how to fix the game. Um, but with all that being said, um, I'm just generally overall happy that the game is feeling like this. Um, as you've been able to tell, the gameplay in the background is of my Sunder build, and I haven't had this much fun playing this build in quite a while, to be honest. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time before I stopped or I took my break, you probably saw that I was trying to like move around sets and try on new things to try and adapt with each patch. But I've kind of gone back to my original setup. I've taken off wings and I've put on hardened armor, which has allowed me to put slime crawl back on. And I feel like I have my old amount of damage back. The build feels so much fun to play, and with the performance being better, I'm super excited to see how all my other builds are gonna play out because that was another big thing about the game being unplayable. It was a lot of my builds just weren't fun to play because of how bad the performance was, especially my new Nightblade build. So especially that I'm super excited to try out all of the builds and see how they play out now. But yeah, overall I'm generally just I'm happy. Now, if you're watching this at the time that it's being uploaded, I'm probably live on Twitch at Donzo_PVP. I will leave the link in the description. But yeah, I'm super excited to be making ESO videos again. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.